Good morning. Good morning. I am so inspired by and proud of all of the accomplishments that we just saw on these slides. Incredible amount of work going on at MSU Billings. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to the 2021 State of the University Address. I'm Sep Eskandari. I have the honor and privilege of serving as the new Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Before I invite our Chancellor to the stage, Chancellor Hickswa, we'll watch a short video in which we hear from our faculty, staff, and students on why they work and study at MSU Billings.
Why MSUB?
Why MSUB?
Why MSUB?
It's the variety of students we have come to MSU Billings Library.
I liked the close-knit atmosphere here and the chance to work in Division II athletics.
And I can be myself and grow up as a person.
My engaged and smart students who are creating a better world by being good citizens and thinking historically.
Because I love to see both students and staff taking the opportunities that they're given and to grow and thrive.
I came to MSUB because of the men's soccer programs and also because they give a lot of opportunity to the international students.
I mean, the short answer of why I work here is because of the students, and that's why we come in every day.
I just love the community. I mean, I love it so much. I even got a little yellow jacket tattoo.
Because it's my home.
I love being part of a community that's trying to make Billings and Montana and the world a better place.
The people that I work with and the opportunity to improve the economic opportunity for our students.
MSUB combines an affordable education with flexible class scheduling to make school less stress and more fun. MSUB has helped thousands of students in the time that I've been here achieve their goals.
I really enjoy working with the students on campus. They keep me younger and always teach me new things and keep me on my toes.
I chose MSUB because of the small class sizes, the tight-knit community feel, and all of the great people.
I go to MSUB because there are a lot of opportunities here that I can take a part of.
Because it's fun!
What an inspirational video. You know, it just makes my heart warm to see all of the great work that's going on here. Faculty and staff working hard and caring for students every day, and students who love being here. I am just so proud to be here as the new provost. I'm incredibly happy to be here, and many of you have been so gracious to me, and it's just an honor to be here. I now have the pleasure and honor of inviting our Chancellor, Chancellor Hickswa, to the stage to give her State of the University address. Chancellor Hickswa.
Thank you, Dr. Eskandari. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Wasn't that video just outstanding? I watched it and just got so excited, and here we are, fall semester 2021. You know, as we were going into the summer, I thought the kickoff of fall semester would be like that Guns N' Roses song, "Take Me Down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty." And then as the summer wore on and we had a Delta variant, I thought, no, it's more like, welcome to the jungle. But as I've watched what's happening and how our task force is responding, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a moment, I heard the Guns N' Roses song over the weekend about patience. And I thought, that's the Guns N' Roses song for this year. All we need is just a little patience. So let's keep that in mind as we go through. Oh, you guys are fun. Sing it with me, everybody. All we need is just a little. There we go. My dad wishes I could sing. He always asked me what I did with the money for those singing lessons. But anyway, we have really had a wild ride over the last 18 months. And a lot has changed in those last 18 months. And we have a new chancellor, and we have a new provost. We have all kinds of exciting things going on, as you saw in that video. And even through everything that we've been through, you have been able to do so much for our students, so much academically, so much in your offices to improve processes and work on the budgets. Really, really proud. It's just a wow. And you can be very proud too. So congratulations. Give yourselves all a hand. I really enjoyed hearing you talk about why you love MSUB and why you're here, and the fact that Shiloh has a tattoo. I'm thinking I might have to go with you and get one. That might be something I need to do. It leaves you all thinking about, okay, so why am I at MSUB? And what difference am I making in the lives of the students? So as we go through this year, I want to challenge you to think about your why for MSUB. And I know it's all a little different, but I'm guessing it's very similar in many ways. Thank you to all of you for all the hard work you've done to get ready for this semester. You made last year go really well, and I think we've reset, and we are really, really ready to go for fall. I know there's a lot of things that need to get done in the next 2 weeks. I realize that, but we're there. And this year's gonna be another adventure for sure. But in the words of Axl Rose, sing it with me, all we need is just a little patience. So be full of grace this year. Let's think about patience as we go through this. Ask questions, and we'll figure it out together. I'm confident that you all are up for the challenge. I really, really am. And your why MSUB is going to be more important than ever as we navigate the roads that we're going to go through this year. I have a few announcements that I want to make, and then I'm going to talk about enrollment and funding, and we'll go over our COVID plan as I talked about, and then I'll talk about our vision. But first, I wanted to make sure that everything you use features these two logos. So these are relatively new. We need to transition away from any other old logos. So the top one is for the university campus, and the other one is for the City College campus. So starting with your name tag or any letterhead, stationery, whatever you have with the old logos, you have my permission to throw them away. And as I was waiting out in the hallway as everybody was coming in, it's so fun to see you live. Many of you I've only seen on a screen. I threw away some stuff with not just the old WAVE logo, but the old McMullen Hall logo. So throw it away if you see it. Just take it upon yourselves. And then use these logos as you're promoting MSUB. What we want to do is really distinguish ourselves and what our brand is as we strengthen MSUB going forward. So brand identity is really important. As far as other things that we've done over the summer, I know your inboxes get buried for email. So expect to see fewer admin general emails this year. The approved admin general emails are going to be like emergency notification stuff and announcements that affect everybody on campus. Then we're going to use our new At the Hive newsletter. So it's the old Buzz Bulletin has been reinvented. Maureen and Shiloh redid all of that this summer. So that Buzz Bulletin will have pertinent kinds of information in it. And then we're going to direct a lot of stuff to the intranet page for other announcements and information. It's important that we all are as transparent as possible, and it's so hard for all of us to keep up on all the information. I don't want you to have to search through your email to find something. Was it from Maureen? Was it from the chancellor? Was it from the provost? You can just find it right there on the intranet, so you can go and look and know what's going on campus. I'm also thrilled to announce that our new Yellowstone and Science Health building is almost complete. The journey has been so worth it. Although Kurt is sitting here, I can't see his face because he has a mask on. He might not know if it's worth it. But I talked to some of you coming in who have moved into the new building, and once you got toilet paper and soap in the bathroom, that transition is going really well. This building means so much to so many. And I followed the transition of this building even before my time here. I remember 10, 12 years ago sitting in a Board of Regents meeting right here in the Glacier Room and seeing those pictures of the science building. And I've been in it a couple times. It looks really nice. I'm extremely proud of everyone who had a role in making this come together, and it's ready for our students, and it's going to do some really cool things for our community. So you're all invited to the ribbon cutting that we're going to have on the 7th of September. It'll start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's going to be just right over here in between the north side of the science building and the library building. So please join us that evening. It'll be fun. We'll be honoring some of the donors. It'll be a good event. Speaking of events, there's lots of things going on. I'm attending several of the meetings that you've invited me to, so thank you. Please know that you're invited to various things, and just keep watching for those various announcements. One of the events that we're going to have right after this, some of you saw it as you were coming in this morning right outside, we're going to have a campus information fair. I know that many of you are new, so this is an opportunity for you to learn about the university. But for some of you who have been here a while, some nice things have happened, so there's some good updates. So stop and see your colleagues that maybe you haven't seen in several months. And take a look at all we have to offer and enjoy some coffee and breakfast. Later today, you are also all invited to the all-campus open house at the Chancellor's residence. So I want you to know you're all welcome this afternoon. We're going to start at 4, and it's scheduled from 4 to 6, but it lasts until the last person leaves, so. Please bring your families or your partner or your spouse. I love to have kids at my house. We have some Frisbees and a kickball or two to play around on that big yard. So I really want to meet those people who support you and get to know you, because they're part of our MSUB family as well. We're just going to have cookies and lemonade, be pretty simple, but I hope to see you there. I think we all need just a little time to relax and socialize and get together after such a long time apart. The other thing that we're going to do again this year is virtual coffee with the Chancellor. It's back by popular demand. I was thinking, for you to get to know me last year, and it would be a way to touch base, but you've asked, can we continue to do these? So yes, we will. We'll do them from 11:30 to 12:30, so it bridges lunch hour, and I know some of you are scheduled at different times, so 11:30 to 12:30. This semester, we will have them October 7th and December 2nd. And we'll send out those announcements as it gets closer, but I know some of you will put them in your phone now. So you're welcome to join those. They will be virtual, so you can join in from wherever you are, whether you're home or in your office or traveling. And it's just a time for open questions. If I have some announcements, if something has changed or come up, I'll let you know. But it's just open time, so you can ask me the tough stuff that you want answers for. And if I don't know the answer, I'll be sure to find out. But before I go on to talk about enrollment and the budget, you already met Dr. Eskandari. Let's have a round of applause to welcome him. I tell you what, we haven't been working together for very long, but already we are becoming trusted partners, and that feels really, really good. And I know bless you, I know the faculty that are working with Sepp and getting to know him, the feedback that I'm getting is that he's doing a great job. So welcome. The other person I want to make sure that you know is our new athletic director, Mike Bazemore. Mike, would you stand? There you are, Mike. You came in that door, and I forgot that you were over there. I also want to have you help me welcome our new employees. So anybody who was hired from September 20th last fall to now, would you please stand? And then if you're watching on YouTube, I forgot to tell you, we have some people joining us on YouTube this morning. If you're on YouTube, please make a note in the comments of what month you started. So let's give a hand for all these new employees, including those on YouTube. We're really excited about the new energy that you bring to campus. When people leave, I always get worried. It's like, oh no, this longtime faculty member is leaving. How are we ever going to replace them? Or this staff member with amazing institutional memory is going to leave, and what are we going to do? And lo and behold, we hired Josh, and he's doing a great job replacing Aaron Like. So welcome to all of you. I have an exciting announcement. Our newest employee, well, kind of, our newest employee is technically Brandon Gatlin. He started yesterday as our new chief of police. He's off getting training or something, which is good, right? He's our new chief of police. And he's like, oh, Stephanie, I can't be there. So you can talk about him since he's gone. I also want to acknowledge your years of service. This summer, we had a really nice picnic out on the grounds here, right outside the doors, to honor our staff years of service. And Shelly Anderson, if you're listening on YouTube, I'm going to tell this story again. 30 years ago, well, so she got her 30-year pin. Let me start with that. She got her 30-year pin this year. 30 years ago this fall, I brought a group of students from Flathead Valley Community College to visit MSUB, and Shelly arranged our visit. So it's so cool for me to come back 30 years later and get to work with her. We have a lot of people who have been here different amounts of time, and I want you to get a sense of that. So if you got to see the new employees. So for those of you on YouTube, when I call the years, just make a note in the comments of how long you've been here. And for those of you here, if you've been here between 1 and 5 years, please stand, and everybody, let's recognize them. The next group is between the 5 to 10 years. So 5 to 10 years, please stand. So that's a really big group. Thank you for your service and for all you've done for MSUB in that time. Now, from 10 to 20 years, and those on YouTube, please tell us how long you've been here. 10 to 20 years, please stand. (20 to 35). 20 to 35 years. Thank you for your service and for sticking it out. Those of you who have been here that long have been through a lot of chancellors, a lot of administrators, a lot of deans. You're laughing. It's not really funny, really. It worked out good for me. But you've been through a lot, and what that tells me is that your why MSUB really is something special. And as the semester goes on, I want to talk to you all a little bit more about that because I want to learn more. I also want to learn from the group who's been here over 35 years. And I think most of them are here today. Could you please stand? So we have Deborah Schaefer, who's been here 38 years, and Rachel Schaefer, who's been here 38 years. Rachel and Deborah, did you start on the exact same day? No, they did not. Okay, not exactly. And then Mike Campbell also has served 38 years. Congratulations, Mike. I have prizes for them in a minute, but I also wanted to recognize Randy Schmitz, and Randy couldn't be here today. He had a conflict, but he's been here 36 years, and Denise Winia has been here 35. So congratulations to them as well. So I have chocolate for our 38-year award winners. And Natalie, did you see where they were all sitting? Thank you, Natalie. Let's have a round of applause for them again. And Deb, Rachel, and Mike, you can share or not. It's totally up to you. I also know that some of you earned special certifications or degrees over the last year. So if you're on YouTube, please share in the comments the certification or degree that you earned. And if you're in the audience, please stand if you earned an extra certification or degree. So congratulations. That's not easy to do when you have a full personal life and a job where you're working with students. I also know that one of those degrees involved a PhD dissertation that was researching something about microbrews. So for all of you, depending on what your research is, if there's an opportunity for the chancellor to be involved, I am more than willing. I'm just saying, Jesse. So you want to know about enrollment, I'm guessing. That's why a lot of people come to these things is, okay, where are we? You all know we don't know exactly what our enrollment's going to be until that census date 3 weeks in, but I wanted to give you an idea of where we're tracking. So I sat down with Vice President Hayworth yesterday, and our undergraduate enrollment from last fall is tracking 1.7% ahead. And that's good news considering all that we've been for, but catch this. Graduate student enrollment is up by 9.5%. And here's another number that I'm really proud of. Native American enrollment for undergraduates from last year is up 7%. And Native American graduate enrollment has doubled. So that is very, very exciting. I know there's been a lot of hard work that has gone into matriculating those applications, and I am just so proud. We're going to be working as part of our strategic plan this year, looking at various data points as we look at our retention, and we're going to start looking at some best practices to make those numbers even better. Because if we can retain our students to graduation, that positively impacts our enrollment. So we're going to be implementing best practices in terms of registration, advising, holds, and wait lists. And you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more about that as we go through the year. To start off, though, you need to know what our retention data is. So retention data is tracked fall to fall. So as we look at fall 2018 to fall 2019, and we'll get this fall's numbers as we're going forward. But fall 2019 to fall 2020 cohort, fall to fall, you can see that the retention rate is 9 to 22% lower than those green aspirant institutions. So the aspirant institutions are the ones that we're comparing ourselves to, and we're lower in every category. I want to show you what graduation rates are doing. Yeah. So our overall graduation rate is 28% compared to 44%. And that includes our City College certificates, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts, and Associate of Science, as well as our bachelor's degrees. We can do better. We must do better. But you know what? This is an area, after all that I saw in the 8 months that I've been here, I know we can make a difference. We have all the different pieces in place to move that needle. We have what it takes. We know we can do what makes sense for the success of our students to help them. And to help them, in the words of Jen Lin from this morning, she's our academic senate chair, she says, we want to help them create a better world and be good citizens. All right, so budget. Nothing's changed. Jason's like, whoa, yay, my favorite. Nothing's changed from last year, but I want you to know that our strategic plan calls for aligning the budget objectives with our strategic objectives. So COVID relief funding is going to help us a lot with our budget this year, but we need to look at ways to increase efficiencies and reduce our costs as we reset that funding for when we don't have COVID-19 money anymore. You all know that budget stability is imperative for us to position ourselves. In order to do the things we want for student success and focus on what we do best, we have to thoughtfully and strategically plan for our future, and that includes our budget processes. We made really good progress last spring under the leadership of Vice Chancellor Simmers in decentralizing that budget development process. We involved and empowered all of you budget managers to help build a budget that is accurate and makes sense for our future and the future success of our students. So I want to thank all of our budget managers in the audience today for your hard work. Let's have a round of applause for them. Taking steps like we did last spring with our budget really is going to be how we direct our outcomes in the future. We're the authors of what happens next. We will respond, and then we can control our future. So rather than continuing year after year to react to budget situations and go up and down, Kurt Ton just told me this summer, the whole 16 years I've been here, when the chancellor does this address, the budget situation is something that we're concerned about. Well, let's take control of it. Let's use new processes that we're implementing to be proactive. And let's use our resources efficiently and effectively so that we can do what we need to do and what we want to do to meet those student success goals. One of the things that we did that I'm really proud of to help meet those student success goals is that we used some of the federal COVID-19 funding we received toward creating connected classrooms to help with our students' success. So when we open the Yellowstone building with classes on the 8th of September, total on campus, we're going to have 57 connected classrooms. I want to thank the faculty as well as Brett Wise and the IT team. I see Keaton over there running the YouTube camera. Thank you for all your work to make that happen. I know that shipping and ordering and getting everything in involved a huge amount of work. But we're known for this. This is part of our niche. We are already ahead of the curve for online delivery. Some of you have heard me say that I remember from when I was in high school in Dillon, hearing about then Eastern Montana College and our alternative delivery. Okay, so back then it was correspondence courses, but we kept up and we're leaders in online delivery, and now we're going to be leaders in with these connected classrooms and our high flex offerings. This gives us an opportunity to capitalize on what we're known for and what our niche is. And this investment is going to make a huge difference for our student success. So I see some of you are wearing masks today. I know a lot of you have questions about what's going on with COVID-19. And the honest answer is we don't know. It changes every day, right? But I want to update you on some things that have happened this summer. We've stepped down from an emergency management incident command model, and we've reset to a COVID-19 task force structure. Dr. Eskandari is going to lead us as our incident commander going forward, and Dr. Hayworth will be our task force lead. The task force is composed of individuals appropriate in various positions on campus to address the issues of COVID-19 as they come up and as we continue to navigate this pandemic. So based on current risk factors in Yellowstone County, we are strongly recommending that all individuals, students, faculty, staff, and visitors that come to campus wear face coverings regardless of vaccination status. Many of you know that that has changed over the summer. We went into summer that if you'd been vaccinated, CDC wasn't recommending wearing a mask. But with the Delta variant, that is the recommendation. So the best thing that we can do is to protect ourselves and our community and get vaccinated and get a booster when those become available. We're also asking that you self-report if you test positive for COVID-19, and please stay home if you're sick. Even if it's the sniffles, stay home if you're sick. That's good practice for everyone. You all know that it's a fluid situation, but we have a great team in place. This task force is ready to respond to any changes that come up or any advice that we get about the law of what we might be able to do. So the things that we encounter, they're going to be able to help us respond to keep us all informed and as safe as possible. What we will do to help keep us all informed is continue our regular COVID-19 town hall meetings. Those went really well last year, and it was an opportunity to ask questions and get the most recent updates. If you haven't watched them over the summer and you're interested, they are on the COVID-19 webpage. They're linked. If you want to go back and watch the last couple to get updated, please feel free. That COVID-19 Central webpage will be updated regularly with the latest information, and we're also posting some frequently asked questions. I know faculty with coming back and getting ready for classes, you have a lot of questions, and so I want to thank Joy Honey and Jen Lynn for helping us put those together. And if we have more over the next couple of weeks, we'll certainly add those to the list. And anytime, please feel free. The COVID questions at MSU Billings EDU email address is right there on the screen. Just email those questions. And if you want to get on your phone right now and email those questions, we'll get responses out to you. Please remember, we all have the same goals of keeping our campus community safe and staying open. I know you as well as I want to have a live graduation again this year. So we want our students to be engaged in high quality learning, and in many cases that means face-to-face. So we have a shared responsibility to one another. We want to do the best we can for our campus and our students. What I've seen in the last 8 months is that MSUB is really a wonderful and resilient community. You've done amazing things with this pandemic, and we want to make sure that we're an inclusive campus and that we're respectful. We want to have a good climate for all of our students and our faculty and staff who live here and work here. So as I thought about you all being so amazingly resilient and just the strength of this community that I see before me and that I know are on YouTube today, I was watching the Olympics. I got Olympic fever over the summer, and I thought that same spirit that we have here on campus was really mirrored in what I was seeing during the Olympics. We learned by watching those stories of some of the athletes, and I was just struck by the accomplishments, to seemingly overcoming these insurmountable challenges. Despite all of that, they won medals. The Olympics are one of those reminders of that physical and mental strength that the athletes have, and not only the stories of how they stay motivated, but that why they work so hard. It's truly inspirational. Some of the really inspirational stories, did you see the Hildilyn Diaz, the weightlifter from the Philippines? She won a gold medal, and it was the first Olympic gold medal for her country. But during the pandemic, her practice gym was shut down. So she remained focused on her success and had that resilience, and she trained by lifting, well, they must have been really large water bottles, on a bamboo pole. Amazing. A Kuwaiti athlete named Abdullah Al-Rashidi, he became an Olympic bronze medalist at the age of 57 in skeet shooting, and he hadn't been able to compete in previous years, but he persevered. My tongue won't go right here. He persevered through barriers he faced and didn't give up, and he won a bronze medal. So the strength of those Olympic athletes just always inspires me and never ceases to amaze me. And as I think about us and our community at MSUB, in order to ensure that we remain strong, we have to be resilient. We have to be courageous. And we have to be willing to just stretch ourselves to those new possibilities for the future of our university. I saw you stretch yourselves this spring, so I know we can do it. And like Olympic athletes, we just have to think big, and we must be bold as we go forward. What's not going to change as we look at how to be bigger and bolder is our strength of being student-centered. You're willing to do whatever it takes to meet the needs of our students. So whether they're recent high school graduates or adults looking to finish a degree or graduate students, that's our why MSUB, right? That's what sets us apart, not only in this state, but our entire region. That's our niche. That's what we do better than anybody else. It's our gold medal. We create dreams that students didn't even know they had. And as I watched what you all did last year, I was inspired the same way I was inspired watching the Olympics, because I know you're willing to do anything. So by staying focused on student success, we will increase our retention and graduation rates. It's kind of an easy button in a way. It's going to be a lot of work, but I know we can do it. But really, we have to for our students. The most expensive degree is the one that isn't finished. And it's not enough to focus on access. We have to focus on success. We can hold their hand to get them in the door, kind of need to push them a little bit to get them out the door sometimes. So to move that needle on student success and increase our graduation and retention rate, we have to do 4 things. First, we have to commit to the work. Any sort of sustainable change is going to require commitment and persistent focus, which I see you do every day when I come to work. That one is a no-brainer. You also saw the Olympics this summer, those Olympians and their commitment and persistent focus. Number 2, we have to use and share data. There's no reason to collect data if we're not going to use it to inform our decision making. And then we can compare that to national benchmarks and best practices. It's even more important, you saw those numbers, so when our numbers don't quite tell the story that we want to tell, we can use this data to take actions and change the narrative. Number 3, we need to design for scale. We are doing some amazing things in different pockets on campus, and I see the ASC people right over here. I want to scale that up to have that impact on all students. Well-intentioned interventions in pockets will not have the impact if all students don't have those opportunities. And number 4, and this, they're all important, but this one is really important. We have to emphasize professional development. Development of our faculty and staff has to be supported financially and must be strategically focused to make an impact. We want to invest in all of you. There's a book called Rising Strong, written by grounded theory researcher Brené Brown. I like her. I'm a grounded theory researcher myself, and she really does some good research. Her Rising Strong research states that strength is found where our courage is tested and our values are forged. There's numerous stories of Olympic athletes who've taken on tough stuff and succeeded despite challenges. And as we realize that strength is daring greatly and living courageously, we can really hone that strength and make a difference. Author Anais Nin states that life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Courage not only transforms our being, it will transform our university. Dr. Brown also says that strength is a critical mass of those who are willing to take on tough stuff. And for any of you who's read her work, I edited stuff, that's not what she said. That are willing to take on tough stuff and face discomfort head on, live their values, and keep showing up. That's what you did during the pandemic. You kept showing up for our students. So I know you have that kind of strength. I saw it since I've been here. And I know that our MSUB students are part of our collective why in this room and those of you on YouTube. So as we prepare to kick off this semester, I want to offer my sincere appreciation for your strength, your courage, and your dedication to ensure that all of our students will be productive and successful this year. So thank you so much, everyone. Have an amazing semester and be bold and be strong. Thank you, everybody.